I'm Bryce Nicholson, and you're watching Joburg Today.
Hello, hi, my name is Mpuma Shehu, your Woman Crush Wednesday, bringing you nothing but the freshest news and entertainment in and around the city. Field workers conducting the largest quality of life survey in the province to date will be interviewing 38,000 randomly selected Gautengers until December. This biannual research project of the Gauteng City-region Observatory Will is the biggest of its kind in the country and focuses on social attitudes and quality of life in the province. Let's check it out.
This is the 5th Quality of Life survey. Focusing on urban issues in the Gauteng City-region, the GCRO is a research institute consisting of a partnership between the Gauteng provincial government as well as the University of Johannesburg and Wits University.
The Quality of Life survey looks at how the lives of the citizens in the city region are changing or are not changing. We have a particular interest in trying to understand how the lives of people are changing in the post-apartheid era. To what extent is the last couple of decades helping to change the conditions that were inherited at the end of apartheid?
Like Stats SA's census, the Quality of Life survey collects concrete information like income, number of people in a house and more. But, very importantly, the survey investigates deeply the subjectivities of how Gautengers experience their lives.
It's an exploration of people's perceptions and attitudes. And these things are very, very important because they affect what people do, how they vote, the ways in which they approach their livelihoods. It has implications for how we understand how communities relate to each other, how we understand race relations, gender relations, etc. So all of these things are really important because it helps us understand how people behave and why they behave in the way that they do, and whether their lives are on an upward trajectory of people feeling a greater sense of fulfillment or people feeling a greater sense of despondency or despair because of the conditions that they find themselves in.
The GCRO's research results are intended to, amongst others, assist government in planning and decision-making, like in the case of Johannesburg.
The fact that many communities are far away from jobs, are far away from good educational opportunities, they struggle with the transport system, etc. This has resulted in the planners in City of Johannesburg thinking about, for example, the Corridors of Freedom initiative, which is an effort to try and say, how do we bring people closer to economic opportunities? How do we make the transport experience easier and cheaper so that people can have better livelihoods as a consequence of access to economic opportunities and schooling?
Participants can expect a wide range of questions about housing, employment, and the experience of education and healthcare services.
It will also gauge issues around how people perceive their communities. Do they feel safe in their communities? Are we moving towards an era of greater reconciliation or less reconciliation? How do we feel about particular identities like foreigners arriving in the city or migrants from other parts of South Africa? How do we feel about people with different gender identities? We also gauge people's attitudes towards government. And a very interesting insight that has developed over several iterations of quality of life is that people are generally quite satisfied with the services that they get from the municipality. That's in terms of electricity, water, roads, etc. And yet we've seen over the years a growing dissatisfaction with government being expressed. And that's a paradox.
A representative sample of residents in every ward in Gauteng will be interviewed in this scientific attempt to get insight into how society is working and changing or not. Field workers will identify themselves and provide prospective interviewees with a pamphlet about the survey. Marise de Klerk, Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Mpho Pops Madikwani, and you're watching Joburg Today.
For more on the city, do check out our playlist from me, Mpho Mashego, and the rest of the Joburg Today.tv crew. Goodbye.